back with more Tuesday. Let's talk now about Ultra Street Fighter 4. The fact that there's a edition select available. Before we get to that, let's talk about Ultra itself, the build that was there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I played it quite a bit. I played a couple of hours of it, mostly with Hugo. I played a little bit of Zangief. I played a little bit of Dalsum, a little bit of Dan. I didn't play Hakan. My hands just were not working at the time. There's no sense trying his combos and stuff if that's the case. So I just tried the other ones. Did you play?
I only that little bit that I played with you. That was it. And all we were doing was trying to see if you could do a delayed get up on soft knockdowns, as was reported as seen in a video.
Right.
But we couldn't ever get it to
Could not
reproduce.
get that to work. Yeah. Hugo is a weird character. He's clearly built to control the corner, and Meat Squasher gets him there. The 360 kick. It doesn't seem quite as fast as it was in the Super Arcade build, but it's still pretty fast. You're not gonna catch somebody off guard with it, but as a Punisher, it's pretty good Punisher. If somebody whiffs a Dragon Punch, Meat Squash,
all the way to the corner.
All the way to the corner. The craziest thing about him, that thing that nobody else has in the game, is his anti-air. His anti-air game is the best. Nobody competes.
He has the overhead move, which is just neutral fierce.
Right, if you can imagine in Third Strike or in Cross Tekken, boom, this thing, right? It shakes the stage. It's an overhead.
Has armor.
It has a hit of armor. And, I'm presumably that was made to deal with people on the ground.
Yeah.
So he can, armor through people who are trying to get rid of his overhead or whatever, or play footsies with or something like that. It's an anti-air.
Yeah, basically becomes an unstoppable anti-air.
If somebody jumps at you, it doesn't matter if they press kick or punch unless they have a double hitting move. Although we didn't even test that, so we're not even sure if that works. But certainly if they have a single hitting move, which is almost all of them, they're just going to get knocked down. And if they don't press a button,
they get knocked down.
They get knocked down.
Yep.
There's no mix-up. And it's not like a Dragon Punch or something where you have to be ready for it and you're you got the motion and stuff. Nope. Bam. One button. And it's on reaction to other stuff too. Oh, Fei Long is doing a chicken wing. Bam. He's doing Rekkas. Bam.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the range of it is such that if Ken starts the round with the fireball and I start the round with Hugo Stand Fierce, I armor through the fireball and I hit him from that range.
So Cross Tekken, he was big, but I don't know what happened. I think they grew him a little bit more because in Street Fighter 4, in Ultra Street Fighter 4, he just looks positively gigantic. His head blocks the life bar.
Right.
You can't see parts of the life bar when he's standing up. When he's on the screen with T-Hawk looks positively tiny.
It's true.
You were playing against that T-Hawk, and he withstand roundhouse, and his boot was this far from your face, and you're strong, pow, and you just whiff punished him. And it reached so far, it was so ridiculous.
It's true. It's true.
It was crazy. He makes T-Hawk look tiny, and that's just nuts. So.
Yeah. So he has some other good buttons, like the Stand Strong that you mentioned. Stand Short has a really good hitbox on it. Crouching Medium Kick is pretty good. His ground game is okay. It's about the corner. It's about the fact that he is an absolute wall. Nobody can move past him. You're not even, I want to test whether, can Sakura jump air hurricane kick even get her out of the corner against you?
I know, right? Probably just still get hit anyway.
And if you get hit by Stand Fierce in the air, you're knocked down.
Yeah.
And you're right in front of Hugo now.
Yeah, it flattens you to the floor. It doesn't even hit you out of the air so you flip. You just boom, you're on the ground. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that flatten is a hard knockdown. I don't even think they can quick rise off of
I don't know.
I don't think they
never
can,
tested
because that's typically how flatten animations work, right? When Akuma hits you with Demon Flip, you get flattened. You can't do anything. You can't quick rise. So
that move is a problem, but
I'm having a feeling it might either be gone by the time it comes out, or
when I told Combo Fiend about this, about the anti-air portion of it, he was like, "That's a really good idea." So I expect that he'll go into the lab and try it. But maybe that's the design, because he is supposed to be this corner control character.
Right.
And if you cannot jump out against him, even though he doesn't have the best mix-ups, his SPD is pretty damaging, but it's not like Geef.
Even his air grab anti-air ultra isn't really an anti-air because it goes more horizontal, right? So yeah.
Maybe that's just the design. Anyway, so that's Hugo. Zangief, LP hand is really, really fast, and that's really good. It gives you actual meaty time after an SPD. Allows you to punish things that you can't otherwise. Allows you to set up cool situations for yourself. EX hand is exactly like the current version. There's no change.
Right.
Stand strong is a little bit worse, but it's like not a big deal. Dalsum, the EX up blast, it has a little bit more range, but
not much.
It's like whatever. Like that was like the most significant change. Oh, actually, you can also do slightly longer combos now because back medium kick to flame works from a little bit farther away. So stuff that didn't work before now works. You will get a little more damage out of them.
I mean, all I did was test Cammy just a little bit, and Tiger Knee Cannon Strike is not back, not even close. The height is still pretty high. Like, I could barely tell the difference, you know what I mean? Because you can obviously do the Tiger Knee Cannon Strike motion to get as low as possible, but if you just hit up forward and then spin kick, it's a little slower. But when I did that, it still wouldn't come out. You know what I mean? It was still, I still had to like wait, delay myself, and then do a dive kick. In fact, the height restriction is still high enough that if you do the Fierce Hooligan, I couldn't ever dive kick.
That's right, I remember that.
The Fierce Hooligan didn't get high enough to get past the dive kick height restriction.
Right.
So I could only do it off of EX Hooligan, Strong, or Jab. And even the Strong Hooligan, like, I had trouble timing it properly. You actually had to time it.
At the apex.
Yeah. There was like a small window. Like Jab, you had forever, all day to do it. But for the Strong one, there was like this little apex. So, I mean... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this character at this point. I mean, I seriously have like 5 alternate characters that I really want to try in this next game. So, and to be honest with you, 3 of them are going to knock each other out because I really want to just try different grapplers. I want to try Hawk, Zangief, and Hakan. Whichever one I end up liking the best, I'll stick with that grappler probably.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I tried Dan. The hurt box in his hand on his fireball is way better than it was before. It's a pretty significant buff for that. Having back roundhouse rather than close roundhouse is really nice. Anti-air is nice. It's good for combos in a way that he doesn't get now. Ultra 2 combos better on juggle, which was good. Forgot to test whether short Dan kick gets over Blanca, whether Blanca can crouch it. I just didn't remember in time. Anyway, the characters I played against, the one that was most standout to me was Jury. She's crazy. That character is so good now. EX dive kick in the air, okay? It's always plus on block. I was T-Hawk and I was standing up, and Jury did the EX dive in my face, and I did reversal pile driver, and she jumped away. She was out of there. It's plus. On hit, it goes into Ultra. Combo into Ultra 2, and it's easy to hit confirm. That move is I whiffed meaty grab, right? Jury jumped away. It was DJ Divine. He jumped away. And he did EX dive kick Ultra 2. Like that, who gets that? Nobody.
And you know what? I think it was today on ESGN, Alioun apparently was blowing up everybody. Oh, no, it wasn't today. It was like the past few days. Yeah, he was blowing everybody up with Jury. Like, he blew up K-Brad with his Jury. And so, if he can do that already, then he's a smart man playing Jury right now.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. EX Fireball, EX mid Fireball hits everybody grounded when they're crouching.
Right.
Which it currently doesn't.
Right.
So her space control is way better. Combos are better. More cancelable normals, just everything. She's crazy. And I told Combo Fiend that I thought that. He was like, yeah, she's really good, huh? He's trying to make everybody really good. So, but that was the character that jumped out to me the most.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to see much outside of just the exhibition that we had. But, of course, the exhibition was... Oh, no, I'm sorry. There was that Ultra exhibition beforehand on Friday. Which
it's not very good, to be honest.
But they also did another exhibition on Sunday for the special announcement that they had.
Oh wait, hold on. Before we get to that, I just want to talk about T-Hawk too, because I forgot to talk about T-Hawk.
Okay, gotcha.
His walk speed is a little bit better. Rather than jab pile driver now, because of delayed get up, screwing up his mix up, medium punch is better.
Interesting. Okay.
Because it leaves you in a spot where you can still get a safe jump, even if they don't do a delayed wake up. You can get a cross up too, depending on location. and it does more damage in the first place. And Hung-Bi and I both agreed that was the better one to go with. Spire is definitely faster. Like, crouching medium kick to medium Spire combos at, like, not maximum crouching medium kick range, but pretty close. And for maximum EX combos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because even in the beta that we played, I still needed a counter hit at that range to get it to combo.
It's way faster.
Dude, oh.
It's really fast. And it was plus on hit, too.
I might actually really enjoy this character. Because I was enjoying him a lot even when it was slower at the beta test. So,
he's interesting.
I may actually play T-Hawk.
That'd be so sweet.
I might actually play him because
he seems good.
Yeah. Because the thing about it, Zangief doesn't feel like a traditional grappler anymore. He's just going to be green-handing everywhere, you know?
Right? It's like he and T-Hawk have switched positions.
Right,
Like, now Geef is the mobility grappler, and he's kind of weird. And T-Hawk is just like, I'm a grappler.
Right,
like, I got the grappler stuff.
Yeah. So, I might... Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. There's a lot of balancing left to be done, I'm sure. Let's now get on to what you were just going to talk about, which is the edition select.
Yes, so they announced... And this was awesome. It blew me away, right? So, obviously... A while ago, they released something called Anniversary Edition for Street Fighter 2.
Hyper Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, which lets you play any version of the characters against any other version of the characters. So you could play Hyper Fighting Ken versus Super Zangief if you wanted.
Or like World Warrior against...
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
And it was fun. It was a cool thing, right? But then they announced that they're gonna put that into Ultra Street Fighter 4 as an extra mode.
Right.
And I think that's awesome.
It's so cool.
I think it's
so
awesome because the thing about it is, let's face it, Combo Fiend kind of said it on commentary. There is so much talk. Like, just put this character back to this way. Like, this character's the best. Why did you nerf this? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now you can put all your money where your mouth is.
Right.
You're going to play your supposedly better version of the character and still lose to Alex Valle. You know, it's not going to matter. But you know what? You have that now. You have that option. And I just think it's just going to be really cool because it really does make the game feel more like the definitive version. I mean, if you think about it, you have Edition Select here. You basically now own all 5 versions of the game. Because you could just say, hey, we're only going to play vanilla against each other.
Yeah.
You have vanilla Street Fighter. We're only going to play super characters. You have super. So let's say Ultra's not balanced. Yeah. Okay, let's just all play AE 2012 versions then.
That's a good point.
Right? You can go to whatever you want, right? And who knows? Maybe even if it gets to a point where some characters are weak and another version's better, maybe they'll just, at tournaments, they'll be like, okay, we'll replace this character with this slightly better version. You know, I mean, there's so many. And then I was even saying to Filipino Champ on Twitter today, like, I was just like, dude, can you imagine? Because you remember the ratio tournament they ran for Super Turbo at EVO this last year? They need to do that, like a team tournament, where if someone picks, like, AE Yun, he takes up 8 out of, like, 10 points, you know? And then everyone else has to figure out, play these crappy character versions. Or, it would be really sick. Like,
Vanilla Guile.
Like exactly. It'd be really funny.
Super Hakan, Super Makoto. It was a really interesting and totally unexpected thing. Dude. Like, there was no indication of that. There were no leaks. They did a really good job keeping that one in. And it was really awesome to see stuff that I hadn't seen in a while and to think about it too. Yeah. So obviously as a Geef player, the first thing I'm thinking about is, wow, I get to knock people down with my EX hand combos again. This is great. I'm so happy. Yeah. And then Online Tony gets up there in his exhibition and he has Vanilla Seth.
Teleport.
Yeah, Jump Fierce. Yeah. Like, just that character was so busted, but it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, the funniest thing is the last time I played Street Fighter 4, I played Vanilla with PR Rog. And we were just having so much fun with that. And so, it was really funny that when I was playing it, I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. Oh yeah, I can do this. And it's all going to be relevant again. And I have that change list page that I created for Street Fighter 4. Had no idea that this was coming, but now it's like the most useful thing in the world now. So it's just like super cool. Yeah.
That is really cool.
So I already have this page sitting here with all these changes. And actually, a lot of people have sent me updates, and I just haven't had a chance to sit down and update it. So now I have to do it.
Gotta do it now.
I have to do it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, what do you think about it as a tournament mode?
A lot of people were saying that it kind of flies in the face of all the balancing if it becomes an official tournament. If, like, Edition Select is the main tournament. And I kind of agree with that. You know, there's a lot of stuff that they're doing for Ultra and stuff like that. Plus, honestly, I just think that it would be too busted.
Oh, yeah.
It just wouldn't be viable, right? Because Filipino Champ was talking about it. He was like, dude, we should try it out. We should give it a shot. And I was like, no version of Sim will ever beat Yan, AE Yan.
That's true.
I was like, AE Yan will blow up all 5 versions of your Dhalsim. I don't care. Like, it's just not going to happen. And he was like, yeah, that's why I would play Vanilla Sagat. I was like, okay, fair. But yeah, I mean, it won't even be remotely balanced. It won't. There are going to be some terrible matchups.
Yeah,
in that game.
Yeah, it's not going to be a main tournament game. It'll be. People are bizarrely, in my opinion, likening this to Super Turbo with old. It's just like such a bizarre comparison. Old characters versus the new characters.
There's only like 3 old characters that are even worth selecting, right? I mean.
Yeah, it's like.
Sagat.
And they're not that different. But there's a direct comparison in Hyper Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition. It's exactly the same thing. And okay, granted, nobody is like CE Bison in Street Fighter 4 series. Like that's a little bit crazy. But
honestly, I think AE Yan probably comes the closest. But,
okay. But or maybe in my opinion, Vanilla Seth is the nutsiest. But I guess now we'll settle that. But in any case. That game was fun. We played it in tournaments for a little while. There was even an SBO for it.
Well, it was at EVO one year, but that was only because that was during the time where no one could figure out what version of ST to use. And so we tried the PlayStation version, we tried the Dreamcast version. So finally one year they're like, okay, this just came out, let's just try this version. And Tokido showed up and just CE Bisoned all over the place. But then, shout outs to the Wolf Brothers. And I think it was Nelson who beat Jason Nelson who beat him. But
the Wolf Brothers in the SBO for that, they got 4th, I think.
Yeah,
they did the best of any 4th. Americans.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was fun, but it wasn't a competitive long-term kind of game. It was just like, here's an enjoyable thing to do for a while.
Right.
And that's what I think that Edition Select will be too. I would much rather play the more balanced, presumably, Ultra Street Fighter 4 with the new characters, and it's new, and I haven't done it before, and that's what I'm interested in, rather than rehashing old memories of whatever. It should be a side tournament. That will be fun. I think it'd be really fun to see which character is actually the most busted.
Yeah.
Vanilla Seth, AE Yun, Sagat,
the one thing
Akuma.
that kind of did sound weird to me is that they said it wasn't going to be allowed online.
I really don't like that.
Like, if it's not in ranked mode, I'm okay. If you can create rooms and turn on or off Edition Select, I think that would be perfect.
Me too. I think that'd be great.
And even if you want to, you should be able to create a room and say only Ultra, only Super, only Vanilla, or Edition Select.
I totally agree with you. I think that would be
awesome. I think that would be awesome.
I totally agree because we living in Los Angeles, SoCal area, will get to play Edition Select because we have a lot of people near us. But there are lots of people who don't have enough of a scene near them. Why not? The whole reason for online play is for those people. Like, they let them play.
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't they play Edition Select?
Exactly.
So I think that's unfortunate, but I don't think that it will be a tournament standard. It'll be a fun thing. We'll get to decide if Vanilla Akuma or Vanilla Viper or whatever craziness is the best.
I really liked was Wizard tweeting, how about a high-stakes side tournament at EVO where you just have to pay a ridiculous entry fee. It's like those super high-stake poker tournaments they always have, right? Dude, they should totally do that. I think that would be so sick. Because then all these top players would just be like, yo, if I had my blah version, I would beat everybody. And then let them all go crazy, dude. I think that would be awesome.
Man, Yo Comic Book says, in Ultra, more characters will be bad than good. In Edition Select, more characters will be good than bad. No. Combo Fiend is specifically making Ultra so that everybody's good. Like for example, when I told him about how crazy Jury is, his response is, yeah, that's great. Like when I told him about how crazy Hugo Stanfierce is, he goes, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like that's the goal. Every character is going to be really good. It's not like previous versions of SF4 Balance where they remove things.
Yeah, and you know what? Kamo Fiend talked about it too, right? I mean, he said the guy in line at the Japanese location test saw the changes, saw the board of the changes to Guy, and was like, "You have ruined Guy. He is the worst character ever now. I hate you, blah, 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 like, whatever." And then he played it, and he's like, "Okay, this may be the best version of Guy ever." Right? I mean, happened between Vanilla and Super. Seth was like, I'm going to change Guile by giving him more meter on Sonic Boom. And, like, minor little tweaks to his normals. And everyone's like, "You fool! Like, Guile is the worst character. He needs invincible flash kicks. He needs this. He needs, like, full screen throw ranges and whatever like that." And then he was, like, one of the best characters in Super for a very long time. Even with those minor tweaks. People don't know how much of a change little tiny things affect stuff. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes.
And in Edition Select, there will be 10 characters, or whatever the number is, that are just outclassing everybody else. Clearly, AE, Yun, Yang, Faye. Clearly, Vanilla, Seth Akuma, Sagat, Viper, or whatever. Depending, maybe Cammy or Rose. We didn't really get the time for that again.
I'm still debating whether Super or Vanilla Cammy is going to be better.
I feel like AE 2012 Cammy is the best Cammy.
It's hard to say. It really depends on whether her stuff worked before.
You mean her unblockables?
Yeah, her unblockables and all of her ambiguous dive kicks. If they did work in the old ones, because that was relatively late technology, right? If they did work, then those two versions are better, because then...
Well, but...
Oh, she doesn't have the stun and the damage, right?
Yeah, and also cross-up short wasn't in Vanilla.
Yeah, but the one thing about Vanilla, dude, uppercut, FADC uppercut was 300 damage.
I know.
300 damage, dude. That was the reason why I could beat Seth in Vanilla. Because I drained almost half his life when I did that.
Right.
Like, if he did jump back fierce, I could risk an uppercut. And if I hit him in FADC, you would dash twice and still uppercut him. And he would lose half his life. It was glorious.
What was his life? Was like 750,
750, yeah. She did 300 damage. Yeah. 300 damage.
No, yeah, that is really good. That is really good. But I'm sure all that will get played out, but only in fun side tournaments.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it for that. Want to take another break?
Oh, that actually, Tinge actually brings... Dude, they should give you the option to select the announcer.
Ooh.
That would be cool.
Or the option to have courtesy duffs after rounds end. Dude, come on.
Yeah,
Vanilla characters hit people after the round ends, please.
And they need to bring back Indestructible. I know you 100% agree with that.
It's not good.
I know that's one of the things that you want to get so badly, is that Indestructible song back. So, yeah. Okay, we'll be right back.
So there was another game at SoCal Regionals that was in a new beta test. It wasn't just Street Fighter 4 there, Ultra Street Fighter 4. It was also Divekick Edition.
Which is seriously just the most genius name ever. AE, Edition.
And in American English, Edition sounds exactly the same. Like, those are almost the same words.
Yep.
Maybe in other dialects it doesn't work quite as well, but it's so good.
Yeah, that's pretty genius. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But anyway, after the Divekick tournament ended, actually, before that, it was already available. You could play the new Divekick. They had it there. You can go play. I watched people play quite a bit.
Baz looked really interesting.
Very different character.
Yeah, completely different character.
Yeah. In the original, the Baz moved by doing these lightning things, and he would like aim himself and shoot himself in whatever direction. He had an air special that was basically Taskmaster Mighty Swing.
Right.
But he could like hold onto the rope and get different lengths, and it was kind of a cool thing, but you didn't see it too often. Now, those are flipped. His normal movement is with the swing, and his air special is with the lightning.
Yeah.
And the movement is so weird and so interesting with the normal jump.
2 swings. And if he has meter for an air special, he can also do lightning.
Right.
So he could go swing, lightning. And it's so fascinating. Like,
it's a really interesting design, I have to say.
I really liked it. I saw it and I was like, you know what? I might want to try this character.
Yeah. He looks way more interesting than the Baz did, originally.
Yeah. I mean, when I played the original Baz, obviously the strategy was to build up kick factor and then just kill people.
Launch yourself
I hated that. I just wanted to dive under people and Pikachu them. That's all I wanted to do. That was like my favorite thing. Now, Pikachuing is a real option, right?
Well, yeah.
Pika thundering everybody, dude. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. S-Kill is pretty different as well.
Yeah, he just has a normal jump and a double jump now. He doesn't teleport anymore,
Right.
but when he gains kick factor, he becomes boss mode, and then he teleports.
Right.
But he gains no speed boost.
Right.
So he just becomes original S-Kill once he gets kick factor.
And his parry is also a little bit worse. There's a little bit more
Yeah.
delay. It doesn't hit as low as it did before.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, Keith said that he thinks that he might be better in the new one.
Right.
So that sounds pretty cool. My own character, Uncle Sensei, they're buffing his super jump, which I already thought was one of the best specials in the game, because it's so fast. It lets him attack from like every angle. It's so good. And they're also making it so that every time you switch stances, he speeds up a little bit. What that's going to do, in my opinion, is make it so that every time you jump with him, if you want to attack and the opponent isn't like right next to you, if you want to move a little bit of distance, you're going to have to do switch. So that you're moving a little bit, and there's only like 4 frames of delay like each time you do it, so it's like, who cares? You're going to get way faster speeds with a character that wasn't originally like that. That was his only liability, was the speed. That character's going to be so good. It's going to be so sick.
Yeah, I know. I mean, one of the things that, obviously I've talked about this on stream before. I told the story of how my friends just like, they couldn't play the game because they didn't understand them or whatever like that. So I'm actually really glad to see S-Kill and the Baz get changed, because they were two of the weirder characters, you know, like you expect them just to jump and dive, and it just didn't happen. It didn't. So now they make they're a little bit more understandable to play. And so I think Divekick will be a little bit more kind of like how people thought it was going to be. And, you know, it sucks as an artist sometimes that you want to create something and you want to make it a certain way. People perceive it another way. And you're like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm the one who created this. You know, it should be how I said it is. But unfortunately, that's just not the case a lot of times when you're an artist. Anything, creating movies, music, games, anything. You know, sometimes you just have to... You know, not necessarily. Sometimes you have to give up on your dreams a little bit to make it work. So
it's a business ultimately. So
yeah,
definitely. But I like a lot of the changes. I don't really think that, you know, going through them again. They're all up on shoryuken.com. Going through them again, I don't feel like I have any major disagreements with them. I feel like they're really interesting changes, and they buff almost everybody. Like almost everybody is better. Maybe like Markman's worse, but other than that, they're all better in some way. Maybe some of them have nerfs too, but everybody gets something new, some new toy.
I mean, the problem with Markman, I talked to Keats extensively about this, is just that when he powered up, he wasn't better.
Yeah, right.
Some people prefer not. It wasn't worth digging for stuff. So he's actually nerfed him, made him a little bit worse, but then buffed the other mode. So now it is definitely something that you want to go for. So make him the character that he wanted to make him. So yeah.
Exactly. So that was really cool. There were quite a few people playing that. I'm looking forward to playing that in the future. What else is going on?
It's funny because someone asked, where is it? Let me see. Someone asked about, so Hedonic Treadmill. These people have some crazy names here. Asks, did James and David ever end up as in-game commentators in Yatagarasu? Whatever happened to that?
Oh, what did happen to that, James?
Hey, well, it's delayed.
Yeah.
It's been delayed a little bit. They're still working on it, but they just released an update about that, right? They're still working on that. The game is still coming out. They released a lot of new artwork for their new character, Salisbury, so that was really cool. And I mean, we're still gonna be commentators in there alongside Maximilian.
We already did it.
Yeah, we recorded our stuff.
Like I probably shouldn't say like what we did, but I don't know. Does that matter?
I don't know. It's a really good question.
Probably ask them about that, but we already recorded it in any case.
Yeah.
And it was really fun to do, and we wrote most of our own lines.
It's going to be really interesting because I think a lot of people are going to be taking different approaches to it.
I'm sure.
You told me some of your examples, and I was like, interesting.
What? Basically, I was like sarcastic douche guy.
Right.
Which I kind of am.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
Right.
And I mean, we'll see whether people think it's funny, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was. But.
My whole idea was to try to Stop trying to steal my USB key, kitty. Basically, I just tried to make it so that if you keep hearing me over and over and over again, you're not going to get like ridiculously sick of it. So
okay.
It's very normalish commentary.
Okay.
And I saved all. Well, I won't talk about it. I don't.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we won't spoil anything.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah. Okay.
But it's something that I'm looking forward to. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I'm really curious to see what Max did.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, next time I see him, I want to ask him. I keep forgetting to ask him about that.
That's true.
Actually, I want to ask him about that. So
definitely.
Yeah, but it is still being worked on. It has been delayed, but like a lot of people were saying, it's
the preview version, or Jaipo, however that's pronounced.
okay. Yeah.
And you know, they played it there, and there was a whole exhibition of it, and it was really cool to watch. So.
Okay. Cool.
Let's talk also about Xrd. Let's talk about Guilty Gear Xrd.
Yeah. I've actually managed to watch. Dude, I have no idea what the hell Bedman is doing. I want to know so much more about his control schemes and his mechanics and stuff. I know he has a replay functionality, but I'm like, how often can you use it?
I don't really know.
Is there a meter? He drops these little yellow globes everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do. I asked Kugi and he didn't respond to me. Damn you, Kugi. Okay, come on, kitty.
All right, cat.
Stop trying
it's
to
my
eat
food.
This food. Stop trying to eat this food. But yeah, but
Well, earlier today, there was a tweet put out by Nemo.
Yeah, we should preface that tweet by saying that Nemo basically has been gushing about this game.
Right.
Has said it's pretty much like the best fighting game he's ever played or whatever like that. But unfortunately, you were gonna say
he put Potemkin last.
Yep.
It's no surprise, I don't think, because he looks like he is not good. Just from looking at him and seeing how he moves and his options, he doesn't look good.
It's weird because like I see that and I know the struggle is gonna be real with that character, but that almost makes me want to play him more.
Really?
Yeah, because dude, okay, stop rubbing yourself on the microphone.
Man, Cat is all about attention today.
I know, really, seriously. Because the thing about it is, I mean, come on, I played Zangief in Classic and Hyper Fighting and Super Turbo, and he was terrible in all those games, right? Hyper Fighting, he was decent.
Yeah.
But I've always been about the grappler struggle. Like, I don't know, it's what I like.
I know.
So, I don't know, I might actually enjoy it. I may actually enjoy playing him, so.
Man, I don't know why, you know how Twitter doesn't show you all your tweets?
Does it not show you all your tweets?
It does. For some reason, it doesn't show you certain tweets.
Huh, interesting.
And I never know why that is, but I'm trying to find the tweet that I retweeted. Okay, here it is finally. I had to refresh the page 2 or 3 times. I'm serious. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So according to him, Zato and Faust were top.
You know what? That could almost be specifically why Potemkin is bottom. Because those characters will probably own his soul for free. That was not a pun attempt.
But also he sucks.
Yeah.
Soul, Kai, and Amelia and May, second tier. Third tier were Axel, Chip, I know, Bedman, Slayer, Venom. That was the second to last tier, Slayer and Venom. And then bottom tier was Potemkin.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's just one dude, but he's like a really good player and stuff.
He's okay.
He's pretty good at the game.
He's okay.
At fighting games in general for like 10 years or 15 years or whatever. So his opinion is something that's relevant. You can just seriously you look at Potemkin and like I wonder if they thought that like post YRC mix-ups were going to be really good.
I also think that they maybe even looked at Accent Core when they looked at Accent Core and Plus R, because I'm sorry. That would be Accent Core and Accent Core Plus R, where he was really good and everybody just got mad. You know, it might be that mentality that I know you hate, which is like the grappler should never be the best character in the game, right? So maybe that's what they did.
Well, maybe it is. But definitely YRC mix-ups are not enough to make up for things.
Well, I mean,
Roma canceling out of his like charge thing in the air. It just looks like that move sucks regardless.
Falcor says here that the creator of Guilty Gear said himself that top tier grapplers are no fun because if everyone is playing him, then no one is a grappler specialist.
Oh, is this so like Dan should suck kind of
Yeah,
mentality?
maybe, I guess.
There should
I
be a
don't
Sean
know,
in the
I don't
game.
know, but I don't know, so.
Well, I'm not even that interested in him, surprisingly. I surprise myself in not
Right.
being interested in him because that's usually the archetype that I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm way more interested in how Axel looks. Way more interested
Dawson.
in how Venom looks.
Yeah,
Yeah, much
yeah.
more space
Space
control-y,
control.
setup kind of characters. They can actually do things. Look, I mean, in the meantime, I'm playing Tager in Blaze Blue CP, and I like it. Again, very surprising to me, but I like his design way more than I like Potemkin's. It's just like really interesting.
I mean, he has that really cool magnet tech.
It's fascinating.
Right, and Potemkin doesn't have. I mean, basically, Potemkin's version was the earthquake, was the ground
Slide head,
the
yeah.
slide head, right? So that was his, grappler gimmick to get in, and it's not even remotely as interesting as magnet tech. I mean, that's just cool.
It's so sick.
That's so cool.
Even if he's not very good. I mean, not that he's terrible apparently, but so much more interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even know who I'm gonna play in the game, to be honest with you. That's why I might just go with Potemkin because I've played him before. But obviously Johnny's not in the game, which breaks my heart, right? But someone actually suggested to me that I should learn Milia, and they put a little cap ahead in there because they knew I hate Milia. But I just think that that's the most brilliant idea ever because I hate the character.
Yeah.
Because I hate the vortex.
Yeah.
But if I learn to use her and learn what all her vortex options are, I can probably learn to block them a lot better. So when the home version comes out and Johnny gets put in there, damn it, please, then I can go back to him and then I can block Milia. So, yep. And shout outs also to Arcade Shock. I bought a bunch of those Guilty Gear buttons this weekend.
Ooh, you know what I bought? I bought bead sprites.
Oh yeah. You bought the Q. And
I bought a Q and a Dan bead sprite from Christian Kane.
Yeah. I'm surprised
I hung them up.
I'm surprised you didn't get the Hakan actually.
I've never really. I like how Hakan plays.
Oh, but you're not like.
I've never identified with Hakan.
Yeah.
Q, I played for 15 years, a dozen years actually, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I've grown to identify with him. And Dan, I identify with.
Right.
I don't know, because he sucks, but
so
that's why.
I'm holding out right now for Xrd. I want to see if Mad Catz makes a Guilty Gear stick, right?
Oh, yeah.
If they do, I already bought 8 buttons, right? I bought 3 plain red ones, and then I bought 5 buttons with the faces on them, with the character faces. So I'm just going to put them in the Guilty Gear layout. I might not even use it to play, to be honest with you. I just think it'd be cool.
Pretty, huh?
Yeah, but I put Soul. I want to put Soul at punch, Kai at kick, Milia at slash, Potemkin at hard slash, and Eno at dust.
Why?
It just seems like it's.
Is that fitting? I don't know.
It just feels like it works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just like
okay.
Soul is the Ryu, Kai, so they're punch and kick, and Potemkin's at heavy slash, and Eno's weird, so she's at dust. So
why not?
Yeah, there you go. So.
Why not? Well, that's Xrd. Watching it's fun.
Oh, dude, the game is so beautiful.
I'm so mad that there are no good quality videos out there.
I know,
This
right?
weekend we saw Markman, and he talked about watching that game in person. And he said it's like the most beautiful thing. It's like he said it's like watching a cartoon. It's dude. Just amazing quality. And you can kind of get that it might look like that from the videos from Japan, but you can't see it. It's just like the suggestion of it.
So, a long time ago when they first started going 3D graphics, they were trying to make some look kind of anime, and I was like, at some point in time, I wonder if they could actually make it look like anime. Like, straight up hand-drawn anime. And Guilty Gear Xrd has replicated that so good, so well, and it's just, it's like revolutionary. Like, you almost feel like now people can make whole movies out of this technology that they created. Right? It's that good looking. And, dude, I'm blown away by it. Like, I'm literally blown away at how good it looks and stuff. But there was still some situation. Remember how I told you that Dalsum doesn't actually look at you when he throws the Yoga Fire? He actually looks kind of this way. I did see one video where someone killed someone and they were kind of aimed the wrong way when it rotated. But, whatever. It's still beautiful as all hell.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty.
Dude, it's so nice looking.
Looking forward to that.
Is so good looking. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk also about a new idea for CEO.
Yes. A very cool idea. I know a lot of people thought of this kind of idea when Dota had the international, and they did the crowdfunding to increase the pot, the prize, right?
You could get a little in-game tchotchke.
Right. And then part of the proceeds went to that, and everybody bought it. So the international grand prize was a huge pot.
Right.
So fighting games, we obviously don't have that kind of situation, but a lot of people thinking of different ideas, and Jabali is probably one of the first people to implement it for the fighting game community, and he's going to be selling T-shirts.
Yeah.
And when you buy the T-shirt, you decide which game that pot goes to.
Right.
So if you're a fan of one game, you can buy T-shirts and put the pot in there, and I think that's really, really cool.
I think it's so sick. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how well it's going to work out.
Me too. Yeah. Very curious to see which game gets the most, whether it's going to be the game that has the most entrants. I mean, so for example, Street Fighter 4 tends to get a few more entrants than Marvel, but Marvel gets a lot of viewers. Which one of those is going to end up with the biggest pool, right? Is it going to be like people who show up, who actually enter the game, or is it going to be people who want to get a shirt that's like for Marvel?
Right, exactly.
Because they like watching it. You know, it's going to be fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, obviously,
maybe Smash kills everybody.
Like I said, it's not gonna be a unique idea, obviously, because a lot of people are gonna start taking similar ideas. I probably should mention that the Tournament of Legends 2 that Kuropi is running for X-Mania. Actually, this is more specifically for X-Mania and Tournament of Legends for ST at EVO, right? So when X-Mania was at Europe, 4 Japanese players made it out to most of those. It was usually around 4, but Bob, who speaks Japanese, has connections in Japan and stuff like that, is trying to get a lot more players out there. So he's going to sell T-shirts, the posters to be signed by everybody like it was last year.
Definitely getting one of those,
all that stuff they're going to sell, and it's basically going to be a crowdfunding to try to fly a lot of the Japanese players out here, to help them get out here. And I think that'll be awesome because it, you know, as good as we've all become at ST, Japan still rules that game.
Oh, yeah.
Without question, right? And so it won't feel like an X-Mania at EVO until we can get like 8 or 9 or 10 of them out here.
Yeah.
If we can get John back here, if we could get, you know, Nuki back out here, if we could get, you know, all the...
Totanki.
If we can get them all out here, that would be awesome. So... keep an eye. I mean, I know that's already up on strevival.com. I think he's talked about it a little bit. If not, keep an eye out for that. Follow Bob Painter on Twitter at what is he? I think he's like SF2 Kuropi.
I think that's right.
Yeah, SF2
Kuroppi.
Yep.
What if we could get...
oh, look at this. Eugene also mentions that there's going to be bumper stickers, shirts, posters, signed posters. That's pretty sick, actually.
I didn't know about bumper stickers.
That's really cool. That's
nice.
Really cool.
I want everybody who's driving behind me to know that I like Super Turbo. Nobody's gonna get it.
Hell yeah!
It's gonna be like the most obscure.
Awesome. So, yeah.
If you could pick like 2 or 3 Japanese players to get out here, who would you say?
I want John back here because
Dawson player.
He won the last time he was out here, so I would like to see him defend himself.
Okay.
I would like to get the Vega player last year.
Mao.
I was just thinking Kusumundo, but that's the Honda player because he won 2 years ago, and I'd like to have him come and defend himself. You know, I would love Nuki to come out here because he got second place the first Evo versus Jason Cole. So, I mean, dude, I would love to get Komoda out here.
He was my number 1 dude, man.
I just thought of that now.
I don't even play Blanca, but to get Komoda Blanca out here?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then I'd have to be selfish. I'd have to go with something like Nakamura.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I would want to have Shogatsu out here.
Yeah, just to see what his Kami can do. Oh, dude, it would be cool to get Kuni out here again, too.
Kuni would be so sick.
Yeah, Kuni, yeah. But there's, I mean, obviously it's going to depend on them. Who could make it and stuff.
All sorts of stuff.
For a lot of the Japanese players, it's just an expensive trip to come out here for something like that. So it'll be awesome to help them get out here and have fun and just, dude, ST, they're doing it right. ST Revival crew is doing it right. That's all I got to say.
They're the best.
So, yeah.
And then lastly, I guess we just about got to go. So one last thing. EVO registration is now open, you just told me. I didn't even know that.
Yes. It just opened today, I believe, or last night. Canada got that up, so you can start registering for that. If you want to register for Smash, I think Melee might actually be listed there right now.
Really?
But Wizard tweeted out, like, do not register for it yet until we get official word for Nintendo or something like that. So, but the website is live. You can start registering for it now. So definitely get on the ball on that one. I don't think there's going to be any caps, so you don't have to worry about that. But you're still better off registering, early if you know for sure you're going to make it. If you know for sure you're gonna make it.
It's at evo.shoryuken.com. That's where you can find it.
Mm-hmm.
You get, different passes to enter and blah, blah, blah. The whole shenanigans.
Yeah, exactly. But, dude, we're full swing.
It's Evo season, man.
Yeah, we just had Winter Ball last week. Then just this last weekend we had SCR. 2 weekends from now is final round. The Cafe ID tournament is coming up. Texas Showdown is coming up. NCR is, dude, so fast.
Every year, man.
So fast.
Every
it felt
year.
like we just finished Evo.
Man, I know.
But yeah.
That's how it is when you're old. Time goes quickly.
Yeah.
Time goes quickly.
Okay, cool.
Well, I guess that's it for tonight. Anything else you want to talk about? Or are we done?
Nothing that I can think of right now. So, yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, all right. Well, make sure that you tune in over to the show that sucks. It's at twitch.tv/iplaywinner. They're talking about probably something interesting. I don't know. I'm not watching because I'm doing this instead right now.
Mm-hmm.
But afterward, I'll be watching.
Yes. So check them out. That is Hanzo Gonzo and Harrison SBA for the most part. They usually get like other people on every once in a while, but I don't know.
Head on over there. We'll have this YouTube on youtube.com/UltraChenTV pretty soon. Check for it there.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Peace.